that's very good. I'm so happy to hear that everything is going well and you are preparing for your business. So, how about your studies? Are you busy with all the things that you're doing? Like everything that you're studying with?
Uh, I think in this week, I'm really lucky when my teacher was sick, and he told me you can rest about 1 week, and when he come back, he tell me really soon, and that's why in this week I feel really funny when I don't have study a lot. Mm,
Oh my
really
God,
like.
you feel fun when you're not studying, but you want to study. So ironic. It's like opposites. But
Uh,
la- last time I was not sick, but I was not able to sleep. It's already 3, and I had a headache because I was not able to sleep. All right, so today, our topic will be all about why questions. Okay, so when we say why, of course, you're going to talk about reasons. It's not just you're going to say because, but if you are going to be asked about why questions, you have to give reasons about the question. So let's have the example here. The question is, why do you think people marry? That is that is the sample question. So in your own answer, Cam, why do you think people marry?
um, I never thought about this question before, so I think maybe in the when the people more grew up, they feel need somewhere to make friendly, and at that time, that's a rule really naturally when they want to find a person one can share everything in like, and at least they don't want to be alone. I think so.
So the number one purpose is to have a friend. Have a friend, someone to share your life and not to be alone. Wow. Your answer gave me 3 reasons. According to you, because it's because you want to have a friend, just for friends. Second is to share everything about life. And third is for you not to be alone. But yes, I think you have the same answer with the example here because it says here that people naturally dislike being alone. But you like being alone, right? You always want to be yourself.
Maybe.
You're still thinking about it, you don't know?
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to the first questions. The first question is why are you learning English? But I think I already know the answer because you've been telling us, right? Why you wanted to learn English. So let's go to number 2. Why do you think people in general are getting fatter? So first, my question is, are you going to say that you are getting fatter?
Getting faster. You mean
Are
is
you?
my weight
Yes,
increase year after year?
increasing, and
Mm.
your body is expanding.
Yes. I don't know why, but when I compared with the first time when I still not single when I still single, I think my weight year after year all weight increase, and maybe after when the people more grew up, they don't have many time for take care their body,
Mm.
and another thing maybe. After got married, the wife always take care for them really good. than before. So that's why I think almost people always raising the weight when they more grew up. I think so.
No, yes. The more you get age or the more you get old, you become fatter. According to science, it's because of our metabolism. What's metabolism? Do you know the word, Cam? Metabolism?
Let me check. Yes.
Yes, because our metabolism becomes weaker as we get older. So
Mm.
we should not eat. And you can you say that your kind of work is you're not very busy physically, come like your work is that you always sit, you don't walk, or you don't like do heavy things when you work. You just sit still and stay in one place. You don't use your body. Maybe that's the reason why people are getting fatter. Do you agree?
Um, I don't think so. I think
Yeah, we
maybe
all.
the quality of meal I eat higher than before, and maybe I also feel older than before, so I don't want to active a lot. So that's why the color I'm intake in my body so always much more than the calorie I burnt. So that's why I think my weight always increase.
Yeah. Yes, I guess so. So there is a very popular kind of diet today, come, and that is what we call low carb diet. It means that in that kind of diet, you are not going to eat food that are rich in carbohydrates, such as rice. You will only eat meat, vegetable, egg, and peanuts. You are not going to eat bread, cakes, and especially rice. Can you do that?
Yes, in my past, sometimes I want to reduce my weight, and I ask my wife to prepare my for prepare the breakfast for me, thus including vegetable and eggs. But
Mm.
I thus I can't um, I can overcome this challenge because I feel really hungry, and after that I eat a lot rice.
You don't feel satisfied
Yes.
when you don't eat rice. I guess that's true. Just eat a lot of vegetables, and anyways, you're running, so it's fine, right? But you burn 200 calories, but you will eat 500 calories. Is that kidding? Okay, let's go to number three. It's like the opposite of the question, but there is something different. Why do so many people want to be slim or thin?
Um, the most important thing, uh, I suppose, is the every people always like uh, good good people are in the other eyes. So And the second is the Vietnamese really care about their shape, and they want to be slim because they think the people slim really re- can avoid the disease, and they rarely to sick. I think so.
I believe in that. And then you know what? That there was a news. I think that was last month that those people who are fat are very prone to coronavirus. Have you heard about that?
No, I never heard about that.
No, it's a news because like there's what we call cardiac arrest. You know what's cardiac arrest? Like when your heart cannot function very well, and plus there's coronavirus, so there's a big possibility that you will die.
Mm.
So many fat people die because of coronavirus plus high blood
Yes,
and cardiac
yes.
arrest because the disease becomes complicated already. So we should not eat a lot of carbohydrates now. But then you are right also. So one thing is that, of course, the standard of beauty in most society is that slim people are beautiful. So that is why many people, but many Vietnamese are very thin, calm, and they think they're fat. Really, really thin. I think their body needs to be triple, or my body is triple for their body. And they complain to me, teacher, I'm so fat. What? All right, so let's go to number 4. Why do you think people are hooked on computers?
Mhm. Let me check the detail. Okay. Um, computer. Um, I think almost people don't like computer, and there's some officer they really like computer because their job have to depend on the computer a lot. So in my case, I also have one PC and one laptop, so I rarely to use them, and I just use my PC when I have to write something on the book on the Excel or something like that. But I think nowadays people really addicted with a smartphone than computer. I think so.
So, are you gonna be surprised if I tell you that a smartphone is a kind of computer?
Mm, maybe in almost the functions of a smartphone can do the same with the PC or laptop, but I think the meaning of the smartphone also is the tool to keep connect between people, everyone. So I don't think the smartphone and the PC are the same function. I think so.
The meaning of computer is an electronic device for storing and processing data. So it means that a smartphone is a computer. Every gadget or device that stores and processes data is computer. It's just that what we commonly know, a computer is bigger and it's the oldest form of an electronic device. But a smartphone is actually a computer also. Because the question is misleading. The question should be, why do you think people are hooked on gadgets
Smartphone.
and devices? Right? Oh, we're very intelligent. Oh my God. Okay. Yes, of course, we're hooked on devices. Like for you, for example, in your situation, Cam, you told me that it's because of TikTok or it's because of your business, right? Is it the real reason why you're hooked in your device? TikTok, business, what else?
Mm. And smartphone very small, and I can bring every time I want. And sometimes when I feel really, really, I don't know to do anything. I just want to take my smartphone and take some app for to kill my time. That's why I use a smartphone a lot. I think so. And computer, I just to use them when I have to um, make or design a video or something like that. Yes, I think so.
Other work. I can't believe Gam because you're very busy, right? You have a lot of studies, like you study a lot, not only English. You study business, Chinese, but then you still have a lot of time for your smart home.
Uh-huh. And talk about Chinese. I dropped Chinese a long time ago, and maybe in
Oh,
the first time when the virus came, and I still come back to learn Chinese in the long time. And sometimes my teacher call me and she asked me come back, and I talk to her. I'm really sorry because coronavirus, and I can't prepare my time for come back Chinese. Maybe I will.
so bad.
Yes, I
But
feel really difficult for I can learn Chinese, and so maybe I have to drop in a long time for I can prepare. And at the moment I think sometimes I saw some movie from Chinese, and I really recall some words from Chinese come back. And maybe at that time, I think in a good time for I can start again with Chinese. Yeah.
Cam, I want to ask you, how much do you pay? How much do you pay for Chinese lessons?
Um. The money I pay for one course, the same the fee I pay for you, and my teacher really close my house, so that's why I really like.
Really close to your house, but you
Yes.
don't study. Do you study
Mm,
offline?
no, face to face.
Oh, face to face. Okay. But you can study because you're just neighbors, right? Very close.
Yes, but I feel I'm still not really ready for to come back with Chinese. So maybe I need more time for rest. Yes, and of course I have to come back with Chinese very soon. But at least at the moment, I still not have prepare for them for that.
So, how many percentage do you think you can speak English from 0 to 100%? How many percentage is your Chinese efficiency?
Uh, in my class of Chinese, there are many students, and almost of them from the officer because they need to use Chinese for their job. And I think the quantity of people speak Chinese in my country not much as English.
So, how many percentage? I'm
Uh,
asking if you're good in Chinese or not.
I think I'm really terrible when I learn Chinese because every time when I learning Chinese, my teacher also prepare one student, take me one by one.
Oh.
But every time I can't learn about Chinese, and I just remember when I learn Chinese. But in another time when the student checked me again, I always forgot everything, and that's why sometimes my teacher she told me, I can't believe why you feel really difficult when learning Chinese, although she prepare everything really good for me,
Mm.
but the result in Chinese not good. So that's why I think I have to stop in a time, and I have to rest. Maybe I learned a lot.
Mm. Yes, you can. You should study Cam because I'm studying Chinese now. I paid 1.5 million for 8 sessions. And I don't know, because I just want to learn Chinese. Because there's a lot of Chinese in the Philippines.
Um,
And Chinese people have been all over the world. So you have to learn. And if I can learn already, like maybe 50%, we can learn together online. We can talk so that we can make our skills better if we have free
yes,
time.
and I think learning Chinese really difficult than English, because the words in Chinese really hard for I can write.
Mm.
And uh, in my past, I just asked my teacher I need to talk with the China or Chinese, but
Chinese.
I don't care about the writing and reading the text. So that's why she just did me about how I can talk in the normally day,
Mm.
and I don't know about the words of Chinese.
The characters, because it's very difficult, I think. So you must learn maybe like basic, basic. I downloaded also a guidebook, and until now I'm still in lesson one because it's very difficult, right? I don't know. But I think Vietnamese pronunciation is more difficult than Chinese. I think, in my opinion, okay?
Yes, maybe I also the Vietnamese people, so I feel really suitable with my Vietnamese English, my Vietnamese. I think so.
Mm. But the writing of Chinese is more difficult, but Vietnamese writing is easier than Chinese. So good luck, Cam. I hope you can come back to studying Chinese because it's very important to your business.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go to number 5. Why do you think people watch TV instead of reading a book?
Mm, when I saw my children watch a TV, I feel they really curious about that. And when I ask them to read a book, they feel really boring. And in my experience, I think when we watching TV, the image changes a lot and really funny than watching one than reading a book. And the information we can catch when watch TV also much more than reading a book. So that's why I think almost people like watching TV.
Mm. So in your opinion, would you also choose to watch TV instead of reading a book?
Uh, I think. I rarely to watch TV and also really lazy when read a book. So I don't know.
Mhm. So I think I want to share to you what's the reason why the teenagers and young people nowadays, when you ask them question, they cannot catch up with the question because it's the result of watching too much TV and using smartphones. They don't have focus and attention, and it seems that they're always like doing this, just watching in a monitor, and they cannot understand what other people's asking or saying. So they always say, huh? What? No active listening. It's because of watching too much TV and using smartphone. And that's the bad effect of the generation of today. So we should
Mm.
encourage our children to read more books.
Um, and I think when I read a book, I have to use my brain for imagining many other things. But
So,
when I saw a TV, everything always already in front of my eye. So my brain working not much. So that's why I think uh, easier when we like uh, watching TV than reading a book. Yes.
it's easier, but it will make your mind stagnant. When you say stagnant, like it will not move. So reading habits has a very good benefits to everyone. Like it can make your brain sharp, and you will be
Uh,
able to remember a lot of things.
yes, I don't know why, but with me, I feel really want to sleep when I reading a book. But with my mother, she also to using watching using TV to
Mm.
help her find the sleepy. I don't know why.
Oh, wow, that's great. So how about your kids? Do you teach them to read now? To read books like that?
My children really like when I read some stories for them, but I really lazy uh, when they ask me reading for them some story. And with the TV, I don't want my children using TV a lot, so they don't care about TV. And my daughter and my son also like the smartphone like me.
Because they can always see you, right? They can always see you use smartphone. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Why do you think some people choose to live in a crowded city? When we say crowded, there's a lot of things and people.
Yes. Um, I think when we live in the urban area, we have many other tools. For example, we have many food releases, many service like hospital, school, market, also really and properly than the countryside. So, and especially one thing, that's why many people like to live in a crowded city because they easier to learn money than other areas. So that's why I think the city really crowded than countryside.
Mm. Yes, I guess so. That's a problem for a very long time, right? So there are many people who go to the city because there's no opportunity in the countryside. It's always in the city. But you know what? Ocean Edo is a very good example of giving opportunities to people in the countryside because there's a lot
Mm.
of Ocean Edo even in provinces. So it helps, right? So I guess we need a lot of businesses in the countryside so that people will not go to the city anymore, right? In the Philippines, we have this program, and the name of the program is Go Back to the Countryside. But because of the program, there are many people who got corona because they went back even now. So yeah, many people got the virus. Okay, number seven question. I think yeah, it's not a question anymore, but you can still answer this one. Why do you think people want to make more money?
Uh, because I think this question really easy for me. The first, everything we use every day also by money. So that's why we need money because money is the when we earn a lot of money, we can pay for everything we want.
Mm,
And the second is money is a good thing for we can sure about the about protect a family before when we face with the risk. So that's why every people also and really like to earn a lot of money. I think so.
mm. Yes, that's really true because money was invented and everything is all about money, right? Right now, money is the king and the queen of everyone's life. But I guess it's really true. We should not say that it's not true because it is really true, especially during the pandemic. What happens
Mm,
to those people who don't have work and then they don't have money? It's
yes,
very
I think
important.
um, there are many people in my country. They believe money not important with them. And sometimes when I talk or I prioritize money or not in front of them, they also really not comfortable, and they think I'm a person really love money. But when when I ask them some question, so
Mm,
they can live without money because their children food and everything, and especially they have to spend many time to find a job because they need money. So that's why they don't care about money. I don't understand that, and I really concerned about their attitudes because the is will affect on their children, and because money really important, and that is the biggest invention of people. So if we don't understand about money or don't find a way using money to effective, uh, I think we really hard working for finding money, and that's a problem of many people in our society. Money really important, but maybe the attitude of them with the money not right.
mm. How they spend money. That's what you
How
want to
they
say?
can how they can save money and how they can invest money.
Mm. So yeah, I think you're right because people are just like working and then they spend all the money with 1 month and then they will wait for their next salary and spend it all again and wait for another salary, right?
Yes, and I think money really important, and that's either to our society when they can control the life of every people. For example, in this time, there are many of my label really difficult when they can't find a new job in the coronavirus. And at that time, and in this time, in the first of the new year school. and they have to spend a lot of money for pay of children in school.
Mm.
So some people told to me, I don't know how I can take money from where, because me and my husband also stay at home and we don't find any job. And at that time, I feel their life really boring because they feel guilty when they can sure about learning for their kids. And that is a problem, really important. And we have to training for our kids about money, how to use money, and the meaning, the real meaning of money in life. Very important. Yes, I think so.
I do understand that, Kam, but let's say that in your situation, maybe you are lucky because you know how to run a business and you have your own business. But we need to also think that there is no equal opportunity for everyone. Like maybe your neighbors don't have the same opportunity with you. Maybe their only opportunity is really to work with other people. And so I think there comes the thing that you say that they need to learn about money and how to save for situations like this. But the question again is what if their salary is just enough for their needs and sometimes it's not really enough for their needs.
I don't think so. Every time when I ask them why you don't have enough of money for everything, they talk to me because they just their salary not enough for pay everything they want. But every people in our society never feel enough with money. But also some small quantity of people become richer, and almost other people also poor, even though their salary also increase year after year. And the problem, I think, is they don't have any idea, and at least they don't have any knowledge when they want to spend money for uh, mm, paying, for invest, and at least they don't have any skill when they want to keep or save money for for the future. I think so, and that's either why many people also and never feel satisfied with the salary.
So I feel that you feel that you have the responsibility now to educate people.
No, I can't change
Come.
the people around me. The best thing I can change is my mind, and I hope my kids understand about the meaningful of money, and they have to um, open with the money, and they try to learn about how they can spend money.
I remember a book by what you said, I forgot what's really the title. Is it Rich Dad? Rich?
For that,
Have you heard about that title? Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
mm, yes,
Yes.
I learned about fund of Rich Dad and Poor Dad when I was student, and I think that is the most important book to affect my mind about money when I was student. Yes, really
I
important.
actually haven't read that, but I just saw someone just told me it's all about your mindsets from your parents when you think that your parents are rich, then you are gonna
Yes.
have that kind of mindset, then you're gonna act like them, and so it will continue. But if your parents are like poor and then your environment is also like that, so you will also act like that and then you will also be poor. Is that the book?
That's also true in the real life. For example, I have a one son, and my wife also buy another shampoo for him. But but he really like using the same shampoo with me. And when I asked why you want to use my shampoo, be, even though you have another shampoo, they told with me and his wife, his mother, uh, I want to become like with my father, like
Mm,
with me. And I believe that the way I use and spend money also affected on the way my children spend money in the future. And that's why I always try to train myself the first. And when my children saw me day after day, they can understand the thing we have to do in the future. And that's the best way I can teach them. I think so.
mm. Wow, that's amazing. So I hope everyone will read the book so that they can have that kind of mindset, right? So it always goes back. I think it always goes back to you as a model to young people, right? Because what they see in you, they can really bring it with them when they grow up. It's like showing them, or if you want them to learn how to read, you should show them that you're reading. It's like that. It's a very good book, I think. So you should help your neighbor come and educate them. Just kidding.
I can't have them.
Oh, really?
Yes, because I think not easy to make other people training about changing about their mindset because
Mm,
they have to affected because from their past
mm.
and that's and when we are grew up really difficult to make other people training about changing their mindset.
Okay. So maybe in your family, it's enough. Just start with your family, and who knows?
Mhm.
All right, so let's go to number 8. Why do you think people need a college degree?
Mm, when I was student, at that time, Bill Gates came to Vietnam and share about his experience, how he can more richer at that time. And many other students really like and interesting with the history about he dropped of the university and focus on business. But in fact, when I saw a report about the salary of people trained, they also receive a higher salary than the people not training. And that's why I think the most important thing the people need to need a college degree because they can receive more money than other people. And the second is we have more time for learning knowledge and new job. So that's why that is the best way for we can sure about the future. And finally, I think college degree that's a good time for we can more understand about the society before we really start finding a new job. I think so.
So it means that it will prepare you. It will prepare you for the
Yes.
real battle, and that is working already in companies.
Mm.
We actually talk about this like it's not about college degree. Anyways, you said that even if you don't have college degree, you can work, but there is actually a difference when you have a degree. You're right, maybe your salary could be higher because some company will look at your experience, your degree. Where did you study? Blah blah blah. I studied in Harvard.
Yes.
Harvard University.
Sometimes I really hate the time when I was student because I think it's not useful for me. But all the time when I talk my thinking with other people, they also told to me that if if I don't join with university, you never become the people the same in today. And I'm not sure about that, but sometimes I feel maybe the university to help me a lot. But all the time, I also feel the time in the university really boring, and I did not learn anything about uh, when I was a student. Yes, I think so.
Really?
Mm.
So it means that if you're gonna think about your university right now, you cannot really remember the lessons that you have learned. Your major is business, right? Is it in business?
Um, yes, my main major in university is managed marketing.
Mm.
And when I talked about my main major with other people, they also told me, oh, I'm really lucky when I have a right job with the
Mm.
same education I changed.
Mm.
And
Right.
but actually, I don't have any knowledge of managed marketing when I was student, and every knowledge I learned just from when I go out and finding some job, and
Mm.
every time almost the knowledge I receive from the class I learned in the evening and in the weekend many years, not
Mm.
from the university. Maybe the knowledge of university outdated. I think so.
I got it. So it just proves that you really need practice because inside the classroom we just learn theory, right? So we really need to do it. Doing, learning by doing. Learning by doing is one of the theories and how you can really learn. But I guess university can like change you or can really help you become better person also, not just by attending the class in school, but by your
Yeah.
experience,
Maybe.
right?
Yes. Mm.
So we should just be thankful, Kam, because other people they were not able to go to university. They didn't have a chance to study.
And now sometimes I really wish some people really need my university
Mm.
degree license, and I really want to share my license for them to take some more money, and at that time I will invite my neighbor to drink beer.
It cannot be, it's not transferable, right? But there are short courses right now, Kam. But I really like those people who are very good in life, even though they didn't have any university degree or certificates. But they know how to like live a good life, right? Because before people said that for you to have a good life, you need to have a university degree, right? But some people don't, but they're still rich. All right, so let's have number nine. Why do you think people generally distrust governments? It means that people do not have confidence in the government. They don't trust people in the government.
Um, that's I think this trust government that is a normal thing in every society, and especially in my country also the same.
Mm.
Um, when I was a student, I also did like my government, really did like, and but when I go out of the university and when I start up my business. Um, there are many teachers teach me a lot about government, and at that time, my set also changed a lot. And I think the most important thing to make almost people this like a government is because the difference between the target, every people also the focus on their self problem, but the government have to sure about the benefit with almost people in our society, and that's why we have a many problem or many difficult uh, thing when when the government and one person have to fight the win point, and I think that is normal thing. And now when some people this like about government, I also I just I don't know how I can talk with them, but I think we have a good government generally, at least.
Okay, I understand. I think we just need to remember that there is no perfect government. Like for sure, there is something that the governments really do. And yeah, they're actually corrupt. I don't know where in the world, do you know where in the world you can find a government that does not do corruption? I guess all the government in the world, right? They really do corruption. But if there is something that the government has has done and it's positive, we also should like be grateful to that. At least they're also doing something. Because if it's all negative, 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 all corruption, corruption, there's nothing positive about it. Oh, you should really hate your government that time. Right? But I guess if there is something that your government is doing and it's positive, you have to be grateful with that. And you should not only talk about the negative about your government, but you should also talk about the positive one. It's like balance. Ah, government. Oh my God. Okay. Why do you think the number of females who smoke is increasing? How about the number of young people?
The first thing, our society more open, and many women they have uh, mm, to approach with many new things. So and the smoke, that's pretty normal when they want to compare with the men, because in our society the woman can do the same everything the same with men can do, and smoking is the same thing, really normal, the woman can do. So that's why I think nowadays our society there are many women smoking a lot, and even they have to they can drink alcohol, beer, and I think that's a normal thing in our society when the yes, when the woman have a empower a lot.
Too much power. Very, very empowered. Like that's why because I think you're really right. That's very brilliant. Because many women, we claim that we need to have the same rights with men. We claim that we should be equal, and maybe they want to, yeah, also smoke. But you should not smoke a lot because, yeah, you know, our lungs. All right. So number 11, why do you think juvenile delinquency is on the rise? It means those young people commits crime like stealing, children who kill people.
Um, the most important thing for our reason today is the connect. connecting between father and kids not strong than before. When the adults have to go out and spend a lot of time for job and earning money, they don't have enough time to take care how their kids doing in at home. And another thing, nowadays internet more popular and every people can really easy to approach with internet, especially with the children when they have to stay at home and don't have any father can take care of them, so they can do everything they want. And internet, TV, or game, that's also the thing really exciting with them. And they don't have any trend about how they can use internet really useful for life. So that's why they can misunderstanding about many other things. And that's also the main reason to make our criminal in society really high year after year. I think so.
Young criminals. Wow.
Okay.
It's like a title of a movie, name of a movie, Young Criminals. Yeah, I think you have a point. Maybe one of the reasons is the internet, right? Because anything that can be seen on the internet or on television, kids can be influenced by that, and sometimes they can copy. Oh, I think we talk about this. Like it's it's like a crime that you do because you copied this crime from a book or from a movie. I think we talk about that in one of our lessons. Copycat.
Yeah.
Copycats, no originality. You have to make your own crime and do not copy in the book. Right. Yeah. But that's how about in your country, Kang? Do you have this program and it's called Department of Social Welfare? I forgot. Department of Social Welfare. It means that if you did a crime and you are very young, you are not going to go to adult prison, but there is a place for you. And in that place, like people will help you to become a good citizen. They say in the Philippines, they have that, but I don't know if you will be really a good citizen after you spend your time. Do you have like that here? For example, you're very young, like 11 years old, and you kill someone. You will not go to prison.
Yes. I think that's also the main problem with our laws when the younger people under 16 years old and they can to avoid almost the responsibility when they kill someone. And in fact, in our society, there are many criminal under 16, and she or he have to wait over 16 for our government or our laws can treat it with them. And that is a problem with many other society. I think so.
So they have to wait. Okay, I understand. So you don't agree with that?
Um, Really difficult for I can offer my idea with the same problem because in the generally I think maybe the younger people under 16s really don't understand the bad effect of their action. But in the with other people, when someone else have to die before younger people, many other relationship really bad and sad. So when I compare the younger people and the and some relationship lose because someone else died, I don't know why, and I think maybe I can't offer some idea for this situation, uh, and I don't know how we can change about North for this situation. Yes.
Is it a problem in Vietnam also? So it means you partially agree with it. You don't have a whole opinion.
I don't have any idea.
Yeah, that's understandable if you are considering the welfare of the kids, right? All right, so let's go to number 12. Why do you think people immigrate? Leave one country to
uh,
settle, okay? Settle, it
okay.
means to live there for a long time.
Recently, in my country, there are some politicians with another passport in some Europe country, and
Politicians.
that's mm, and uh, and that's is a real problem with our government. When every officer of government also to tell with the people, Vietnamese people, is our country is the best country for we can live, and but the politician have a really want to go out and finding some another country like Europe and
Mm.
Canada, Germany, or at least really near of Vietnam is Thailand. And maybe they want to avoid of not when they have to total many money in our government, and that's a
Mm.
problem with some politician. But with the other richer in our society, uh, I think they also have a want to sure about how they can protect their result in business. And many richer Vietnam, they really want to earn another passport for they can earn or they can stay in shape in many country like, and especially we really like living in the Europe. I think so.
I guess I understand what you're trying to say. It's maybe some people are trying to skip, or let's say escaping responsibilities such as paying tax. Is it correct?
Yes, maybe
Is that
the same, but
right?
when they go out, they have a good situation for their kid, more learning, more developing in a social, more really modern in Europe. I think so. And if I have enough of money, I also want to earn another passport for living in another country, at least for the better future for my kids. I think so.
Hmm. Yes, for the betterment of your kids. I hope so. But I guess there's something that all of us should learn. We should be loyal to our country. It's okay not to be loyal to our government. It's fine. You can hate the government all you want, but we need to be loyal to our country. In my case, even if the Philippines is like that, I really love my country. If there's a lot, even if there's a lot of bad things. So, because like, I don't know, Kam, if you heard about money laundering. Money laundering is that you have a lot of money, but then you send your money to other countries. So you can avoid all the necessary taxes in your own country. It's
Yes.
happening. Yes, because the more that you have money, the more taxes that you're going to pay, right? So for you to avoid that, maybe you can send your money to other countries so that you will pay lower tax. That's a very bright idea. Okay, but it's bad. Okay. So let's go to number 13. Why do you think people want children?
In my case, I just feel happy every time when I got married about first 4 year.
Mm.
But after that, I feel many times I felt my feeling with my wife look really up and down a lot. And uh, really lucky for me and my wife. After mar- got married about 1 year, she gave a baby. And when my daughter came with my life, everything so happy. And many times I feel the children or the baby is the thing important in my life when they can keep connecting between me and my wife a lot. And that's why I really like when I have some kids. And I also believe another people also the same. And love also the reduce year after year. But the children, and especially the feeling when we have to take care a baby, and we can see them grow up day by day, that is the really fantastic feeling. And that's why many people really like children, I think so.
It's your achievement. Yes. So I guess before when the world is not yet modern, like there's no advanced technology, they said that the purpose of marriage is really to have kids. So people marry because they want to have kids, but maybe right now it's different. And that's why our next question is related to that. Why do you think some people want to be childless?
uh, Trialist, that mean don't have any, they don't want to
Yes,
have a baby.
kids.
Maybe the woman really like younger, and they want to keep their body run forever. Or maybe they have some problem in the money, or they don't want to have a spend many time for take care children, and they want to joining many other things than have a baby, I think so.
Yeah, maybe they cannot imagine themselves having kids and taking care of like kids. So I guess I don't know because I'm not yet married and I don't know what will happen. But according to the people that I've talked to, they said it's very important to have kids because when you're old and when you get sick or when you die, no one will come to you.
Yes, almost with many people also think about the same with you. And yes, I agree with that. But in my case, I'm not respect about my kids or not, because at the moment when my parents also really strong, but I don't have any time to take care of my parents. So that's also the same when my children grew up, and at that time I'm more older. I also have to self take care for myself and my wife. That's why I don't think we can respect about children. The best thing we can trust thus is myself or my friendship, like wife, without children. Because when my children grow up, they have to take care for their family and especially their kids. They don't have any time and money to take care of their parents. Anyway, I think so. So that's why we can
Exactly.
change the thinking really really
Mm.
old in many Vietnamese people, and and I really boring some older people when they save a lot of money, but they give all of them for their children, and some of their children really bad in business, and they lose everything money they receive from their parents, and some many other really uh, enjoyable when they spend money a lot, and at that time our parents become bankrupt, and they don't have to know where they can to live on, and and really terrible life when become older and we don't have any money. And the rest, and the one thing we can trust on is children. So that's really risk for the older people. Really bad, I think so.
So you should not depend on your kids, but you have to depend on your money.
Yes, we have to save money for take our life when we are become older, and never trust on our kids when we become older. I think so.
Maybe when you say the word trust, maybe it's not the correct word because you are
Mm.
assuming that your kids would not do that. Maybe you can say
Maybe
never
we never
never
to
rely or depend. It's the word rely or depend. Yeah, because my aunt in the Philippines, she's sick. She has a husband, but they don't have children. But then the husband needs to work, right? And then my mom told me it's very sad if you don't have a child because no one will take care of you, blah 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 blah. So yeah, I guess it's really right to like change the mindset of people. Not because it seems that people just want to give birth. They just want to have kids so that someone can take care of them when they're old. This is the kind of mindset that most, maybe Asian people have. And this should change. Brilliant. You're very intelligent now, Cam. I hope you can apply that.
Sure, I will apply that because I always try to tell with my kids about you can default on me or their mother from I think maximum is over is 24 years old, and after that you have to go out for fighting their life and never depend on their parents. I think
So it means that you're not going to give them money when they're already 24.
yes.
Really? I I hope you can do that.
I will do that, and I have to sure about the life when my wife become older.
Okay, good luck. Let's find out. All right, let's go to number 15. Why do you think most people have some religion?
Actually, I don't have any religion, so and I think religion not important with me, but with almost other people that is the rules and really important with them. So I never thought about my religion, and I don't. I also never thought asked me about how important a religion with me. So I don't have any idea for this question.
Some people are just living because of their religion. Like everything is based on the religion. What you eat, like Muslim people, the Islam people, they don't eat pig or pork because they believe that the pig was, you know what's evil, right? The word evil. Evil is a person who's very bad with a horn. They believe that thousands of evils into the body of a pig. So they thought that a pig is dirty. That's why they don't eat pork. But many of them eat
Mm.
because it's
I
delicious.
also don't like pork, but I like beef.
No, what I'm trying to say is that other people base everything because of their religion.
Yes, I understand the mean.
So let's go to number 16. I think you have to really think about this. Why do clothing fashions change so quickly?
Uh, I like fashion change more quickly a lot because
Why?
I earning money and my life depend almost the speed of changing fashion you want to change.
Mm. So my question
That's why.
come, continue.
Let me check. Yes.
What? Yes, what?
The
What
first,
happened?
I'm really like the people change uh, passion a lot,
Mm,
and the reason is nowadays when we have a many opportunity to approaching with a new thing on the road, so every people also to more dependent and show up their personality. And I think fashion is the best way for I can show out with other people about my character. And when our society more connecting and we have to approach with many other culture, I think we have a many occasion to show off our idea, our religion, our character with other people by clothing. So that's why I think nowadays clothing fashion trends really quickly, and I really like that when people can spend more money for using clothing. That's good for my business. I like that.
so you can have a lot of money.
Yes, sometimes I'm really sad when I hear someone told to me this t-shirt I wear about 2 years ago. So that's
Mm.
really, really terrible for a business related clothing.
Oh my God. I have a friend. Her sweater is already 20 years old. Very bad for your business. So, Kak,
Yeah.
my question is about your business because you said that you like it when fashions change so quickly. How are you going to know that this will be the kind of clothes that you're going to sell?
Mm, how I can know about the new trending fashion?
Yeah.
The only area you can focus on the most important market clothing, fashion,
Mm.
and maybe many other people they really like Paris, so or something market really big like US, but I really like when I go to China because China is the biggest company or factory to make every designer or every fashion styles on the world. So when we go there, we can find out the new trend in fashion.
So now in your business, what do you think? What kind of style is very popular right now?
Really hard, and for me can answer the true the right thing because depend on generation. It depend
Mm.
on how are you. For example, with the officer, they really suitable in the design. And the most important thing with the officer is luxury and simple.
Mm.
But with the teenager, sometimes I feel really, really terrible when we're changing fashion day after day, and we can't business with this group because our speed in changing style not uh, catch up with them,
Mm-hmm.
and really hard for we can business with the teenager customer, and also almost the teenager nowadays handing clothing from Chinese because the style and the fashion really change a lot.
But I can see a lot of teenagers in high zone camp. Like most of their clothes are like the style of Korean style, like big T-shirts, then
Korean
jeans.
style, India style, Philippine style also have, and Thailand
Indian.
style.
Really Indian?
Yes,
Like,
or
but
Vietnamese style.
most of my students, why are they like this? I think their T-shirts are suitable for me, very big, but they're small. Like it's like their fashion. All right, so let's go to number 17. Why do people do things they know are bad for them?
Why do people do things they know? Um, I don't know why. Maybe depend the situation. They have to do the same, even though they don't like. And in my case, sometimes I do many things I don't like, but I don't have any choice, so I have to do.
Like paying for the police for your like violations. Yes, that it's like that eating pork when your doctor told you not to do so. It's like that because pork is delicious.
That's
Okay, why are divorce rates climbing? I think we have talked about that before.
easy. Our society more open. Every people really easy to connect with other people, and the boring really busy, and we don't have enough of time for to get other people. So that's why we feel we are more stranger, although we stay in the same house. I think so.
Yeah, maybe. But maybe it's, yeah, you said we're more open, and then when you say, okay, when you don't like each other anymore, then divorce. Why do you want to live with someone that you don't like? I think it's because of that kind of thinking. That, oh, you have too much freedom and we are too empowered. You're right. Wow, you are so intelligent nowadays, Cam. It's because of the coronavirus. Okay, let's go to number 19. Why do you live where you do? Why did you choose that place?
Where do I live?
Why?
Where? I don't understand.
Why do you live where you do? It means why did you choose that place to live in your house
Why
right
do
now?
this play I'm living? Hmm.
Mm.
In my case, there are many reasons to make why I'm living here. The first is I have a many time to living around my house nowadays, and the second is I think this play really good for I can live because everything's so quiet, and the air really good when in front of my house have a river. That means we live a really close river. And the last, I think this how I can pay for this house, and that's why I stayed here. I think so.
So it means you have a good environment.
Mm.
Where is your house near Cam? How many hours does it take from Ocean Edo to to your house? Huh? 5 minutes?
Yes, every morning I also walking past the office.
Why I didn't see you? Because before, after our class, I also walk under the bridge.
My time is probably 5:30 a.m. and I come back and walking in front of the office about 6 10 a.m.
What? 16 a.m. It's already 6:27. We
You
usually
know, every time, every morning, I also to come back to my house when I walking in front of the house, the office.
Oh, that's very near. But my workmates and I, we walk every night after
Uh,
our class. Yes, after our class. So it's already late. Do you know the the park near Osaka Hotel? Have you seen the Osaka Hotel near the park?
Osaka Hotel.
Yeah, it's near the new sports center, the sports center that's not yet fully done. We walk in that park every night and we usually come back here at 11. There's
You
no.
know, beside of the office have urban really quiet for I can walk and running, and near the office have a river, so every
Yeah.
morning I also run along the river and come back. Yes.
Hmm. Yeah, but now I don't go outside after our class because my workmates wants to go after our class in the evening. We're like vampires now. All right. So let's go to number 20. Why are some people more successful than others?
There are many reasons to make other people really success than other people. I will, sorry, to make one people more success than other. I think the most important thing to make one people become success is their mindset,
What?
and the second most important is their mindset.
Mindset. Ah, okay.
Mm. And the second is their environment, like a family, like school,
Mhm.
like a
Right.
country. Yes, and last, I think maybe that is the character.
Yes, I believe so. I think environment is very important, Cam, because sometimes even if you want to really focus and change, but if your environment is not, nothing will
Mm,
happen, right?
environment really important. Well, when the parent or my parent
Mm.
like business, I also like business with the same. Or at least
Mm.
I don't like business. I also to learn many things in the situation business from my parents. That's
Mm.
why I also that's why many rich people also want to send their kids to the private school, because in
Mm.
the private school that's also the same situation like rich like business, and when our kids learning in the same situation, I think very good that or they can become more success. Yes.
It's just really go back to the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. So
Try
my
to
parent,
reach
mm,
every time you can. I think
yeah,
so.
yes, and that's why my parents like to eat. They like eating. Okay. So, do you have any questions about why questions?
No, I don't have any question.
Okay, so next our topic is all about where questions. So it's a place. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, so that's it for today. And I hope you're going to have a good run today. Goodbye. Goodbye.